This is the plaintiff, Sergey Gavrilin. He says he rented a room from the defendant, but the guy complained there was too much noise coming from his room when he was in there with his girlfriend. He agreed to move out. The defendant bounced his refund check on him, and he needs his money, so he's suing for the return of the $962 he's owed. This is the defendant, Christopher Giardina. He says the plaintiff was having sex with his girlfriend in every room in the house, including the bathroom, and it became too much to bear. When he complained, the guy said he was moving out, broke their 3-month agreement by leaving early. And since he's 100% Italian and lives and dies by principle, he's not refunding any money. He's accused of ruining a roommate's love life.
Thank you, Douglas.
You'll come in.
Sergey Gavrilin, you are suing Christopher Giardina?
Giardina, yep.
For $962 that you say he owes you and refuses to pay you. Now, you were living at his apartment, correct? You're subletting it?
Yeah.
All right. How did you two find each other?
Craigslist. I was looking for apartments and I responded.
Did you sign a lease?
Yeah, I signed an agreement with him.
And the agreement was for you to live there for how long?
For 3 months.
All right. And at some point, things weren't working out between you two?
Yeah, there was some minor issues.
What were the issues?
Well, my room wasn't really isolated, like sound-wise. So I think I disturbed them, was making some noise sometimes. So I didn't like to do that, so I decided to move out peacefully, and so we made an agreement.
How do you know that it was bothering him? Would he complain?
He didn't complain directly, but he and his friend Ed, they were making those, jokes and like remarks I didn't like about.
Like what?
About me having sex with my girlfriend. And
that's the noise that was disturbing him?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And what was the problem?
There wasn't a problem. There was more humor in it. It was just a slight
So you didn't
annoyance.
ask him to leave?
No, we actually had no issue whatsoever.
Okay. So you decide that you want to leave early, and what do you do?
Well, I wanted to leave, but I had an agreement with him that I couldn't leave, I couldn't break. So I offered him a deal, another agreement, that I leave earlier, 1 month before the lease is up, and he returns me half of the month rent.
Half of the rent, and
exactly.
You get all of the security deposit.
All the security deposit.
Assuming there's no damage.
Yes, on the 1st of January, if I move out by the 1st of December. That's what I did.
Okay, and that deal he takes from you when?
It's beginning of November.
Beginning of November. Yeah. Okay, so it should be plenty of time for you to get another tenant. Did you get another tenant for the month of December?
It was the end of November.
It was the end of November. So why'd you take the deal?
This all happened within 2 days. At first I wasn't going to take the deal because I like to stick by the contracts that I draft. But once someone expresses they don't want to be there, he's still a perfect stranger. I don't really want someone in my apartment who does not want to be there.
It's just another half a month. But what happened with the check?
So you
wrote him a $950 check, which represents $450 half of December rent, and $500 security deposit.
Correct, which I post-dated on January 15th. Again, I wanted it out of sight, out of mind.
Wait, you post-dated the check?
Yes.
May I see the check?
Yep.
He post-dated the check to January 15th.
Which is against agreement that we made, because in the text message that I have printed out, he's saying that if you leave by the December 1st, I'll give you $950 back on 1st of January. But he put a January 15th on the check, which is...
Right. So if that wasn't part of your agreement, why did you date it January 15th? Let me see the text.
It was out of sight, out of mind. I was
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't want to deal with it. It was the holiday season.
I'm not asking you why you entered into an agreement with him. You're not listening to my question.
I didn't enter into an agreement.
Why didn't you? What?
Okay, so it ultimately didn't become an issue in the case, but can a landlord evict somebody who's renting a room in the house for having too much sex all over the house?
Yes, I think there needs to be a modicum of decorum, and in this case, the the tenant overstepped his bounds.
Well, okay, but is it an evictable offense to have too much sex all over the house?
Absolutely, as long as he's changing the sheets.
No, but I'm not. The sheets are not the problem. The sheets are his room. The question is the bathroom and the kitchen and the living room.
I definitely think the landlord has a right to kick him out. I mean, there's definitely the right place to do it, which is the bedroom and nowhere else.
Okay, that's a very traditional view. Okay, we're going inside the courtroom.
I didn't enter into an agreement with him. I told him informally through a text, I'll mail you out a check.
That's an agreement. If you leave by
Stop. I mailed out the check.
Stop. If you want to leave by 12/1, I can give you $950 back on 1/1. I won't take half the security since you would be losing half-month rent. Up to you. What do you think that is? You don't think that's an agreement?
I understand it's an agreement, but it wasn't. He had no issue when he received the check and saw that it was post-dated on January 15th.
Yeah, it would be cool, but I don't know why you'd need to wait until January 1st, because wasn't expecting to pay out another $450, and if I don't fill the room the first 2 weeks, then I'm out money. I'm cheap on budget, and I'm out. Rather pay at 1/1, not before Christmas. Okay, this can work. I mean, even the 1/1 part was too late for him. And then what you do is you turn around. You can't do that.
But then he received the check and thanked me for the check and didn't make an issue about the 15th.
That's great, because he went straight to the bank and tried to cash it anyway. Let your lack of funds be another creditor's problem.
No.
So
it's not lack of funds, Your Honor. There was not lack of funds.
What was it?
I have the account to show you that there was well over $25,000 in the bank.
So what happened?
My account was put on hold due to fraudulent activity, so they were returning the checks on the account.
Then there's $950 that you owe him. Why haven't you paid him?
I don't owe him.
Okay.
I am deciding to enforce my original sublet agreement, if you would like to see that. I was being a nice guy. You know, he was being unresponsive, uncooperative, and completely ignorant. So I'm not going to be the nice guy and still show $950 when I can keep that money by the terms of my contract. The only thing that I care about are the words on the four corners of my piece of paper. Why am I not allowed to enforce my contract?
Because you entered into another one.
I understand, where I went wrong. I created a new agreement with the text. It was an informal agreement. If it supersedes a formal agreement, I'll have to accept that, but I'm not going to accept that until a court tells me I have to accept that. So that's fair enough. But at the end of the day, this was me being nice, and I'm being bit in the ass for it. It's not fair. It's not fair to me. The good guy always loses. It doesn't make sense. It just truly doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. It's somebody who has the audacity.
You owe the guy $950. He moved out early because you said you'd do this, and then
he was moving out regardless. He wanted to move in with his girlfriend who was having dysfunction with his roommates.
You understand that he had a right to the place in December, and he gave it up because you said you'd pay him $950, and he has zero.
I didn't initiate that. He was moving out regardless.
It doesn't matter who initiated it.
I understand.
You entice him to move out. You say, go ahead, move out, and I'll give you the $950. He moved out. He did his part. You didn't do your part. I don't know that you have room for such indignance. My verdict is for the plaintiff in the amount of the $950 plus a $12 bank fee. That's my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Well, as the defendant, he just heard the judge rule for the plaintiff, and what are you thinking?
I'm thinking the good guy never wins, and I'm thinking another horror story off Craigslist. When will we learn not to let people in your apartment off Craigslist? You can't trust them. They have to sublet for a reason, and there's always something wrong.
What was it like to live there with whatever was going? What was going on?
It was more comical. I mean, he would be fornicating like a rabbit in the living room, in the bedroom, in the bathroom late at night. I had my buddy staying in the guest room. We found more humor in it. It was just more of an annoyance, not an upset. But it just goes to show that somebody who is a lot older than myself is just a not responsible person and acts like a kid.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so you get everything you sued for here. What's your reaction to this?
Yeah, actually, I was sure that I would win. He had no chance at all because everything is proved in the text messages. I don't know, maybe he forgot what he texted me, but yeah, thanks God that a judge accepted that as a written agreement. And
okay, he calls you a rabbit.
Well, it's not my problem that he hadn't had sex for 6 months. He told me that. So he was sexually frustrated, and I understand that. But his personal life is not my problem.
You had to rub it in?
Well, sometimes.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, so once the landlord agrees to give back the money, fact is he's stuck. And by the way, your point, when the realtor shows the house, does the realtor go into the bedroom and say, "That's where you have sex"? That's going to do it for this case. Litigants with the next case on their way into the courtroom right now.